So guys, hopefully by now you've all seen the video on the Vauxhall Astra. If you haven't, I'll put a link to it up here somewhere, one of the corners, but there'll be a link to it. So go watch that first and then come back and catch up with this video, because you need to know what happened there to find out what's happening here. So in this video, this will pretty much cover the rest of September and a bit of October when I was missing. I think I've got all the footage for it, but it was quite a busy month. So here's what happened when we were away. So guys, it's the beginning of September and we've probably been into this full-time car dealership thing for about 2 months now. And it's going no bad. So far we've prepped more than we've sold, but it's time to knuckle down and really get into it. So we are setting ourselves a little bit of a challenge, or maybe a target. In the month of September I want to try and move at least 8 units. So as you've seen in a few videos before, we've bought in a load of stock. We've got enough stock to do it. There's a few other things we've done that I'll get into later on in the video, but we had one last car to pick up. We did buy it at the end of the month. It's been sitting up here for about a week now, but yeah, we had to pick it up because they wouldn't let us keep it here any longer. So here's the next car we've bought. So it's a 2013, late 2013 Skoda Rapide, and guess what? It hasn't been a taxi. So looking at this one, it's under 100,000 miles. It's the little three-cylinder petrol. It's a TSI. Is it 3 or 4 cylinder? We'll have another look. We need to connect the battery and check all the levels anyway, so let's have a wee nosy. So there we go, it's a 4-cylinder TSI, little turbo engine. Really good power out of these actually. Batteries reconnected. Looks like it's been serviced fairly recently. The oil filter's nice and clean. It's got nice fresh oil in it. And the coolant level's good. So we're actually going to drive this one home, because it's got very, very minor damage. So it's caught the bumper. It has split the headlight, but it does look like the headlight's complete and probably will still work. There's a little scuff here on the fog light and a little dent in the wing, but nothing's catching, nothing's fouling. It should drive home no problem. So let's hit the road. Right, so today's the 3rd. We got carried away yesterday. We picked up the Skoda Rapide, whatever you want to call it, and brought it back. Took a bit longer than we thought. Then we went to see another car, then we got carried away with other stuff, so we never really filmed much of this, but obviously we're going to do a full video on the Skoda Rapide. So this is the damage on the car. As you can see, it's not that bad. We actually drove it home. I do think the bottom arm's got a slight kink in it because the tracking's out quite a lot, maybe 45 degrees. But looking at this, I've not even done a quick assessment yet, but I think we can save the bonnet. The wings are definite, headlights are definite, and I think we can maybe save the bumper and the fog light. But again, we're going to look at this in a full video. The car will have a full video dedicated to it. Roughly it's on about 86,000 miles. Little Skoda Rapide, and again we'll go through all the figures and everything as well when we get the car in and we go through it all. But yeah, we've got quite a lot happening today because we've actually got Tom's car in as well. I'm actually just back for Saltcoats. I've just dropped him off at his house, and we've got quite a bit of repair work to do to this. We've got a bit of rust inside the tailgate, which you'll see over the course of the week, and we've also got the underneath to repair, where a speed bump actually ripped the cross member. There's a little aluminium support brace between the chassis legs, and the speed bump had a bolt sticking up and it ripped it completely off. So there's a bit of floor damage to sort. We're going to get that sorted over the next couple of days. And we've also dug out the Kia Ceed. It's not a Carnes, it's a Ceed. This has been sitting in the row for a while. We have got all new brakes and everything for this. There's a full service kit there. It's quite a tidy car. We've got a logbook for it though, and I wanted to get it prepped quickly because I want to try and get everything with logbooks up for sale now while we wait for the rest of it. So Charlie done an amazing job of refurbing the wheels. They were done yesterday while me and Stephen were away picking up cars. So they're ready to be put on the car, which I'm going to do now. And on another plus note, I got the V5 through for the little Hyundai i10. So it's time to get that into the paint shop and get that bonnet painted silver and get that bumper repaired. And we got notified that the logbook for the Fabia is going to be issued on the 12th, so I should expect that within 5 days. So between the 12th and the 17th we should have a logbook for that, so we can get that on there as well. And there's a bit of aftermath to clean up, so yeah, let's get stuck into that, because I also want to get on the computer today before I go home. Yeah, let's just clean this up first, and then we'll get on the computer and I'll show you what I'm doing now. Right, wheels are back on the Kia Ceed and it looks so much better. I did have that anthracite grey colour in mind, because I thought it would really contrast with the sort of burgundy red, and I thought it would look really good, but God knows where it's went. So, but yeah, silver looks decent enough for the price point. I think I'm only going to sell this car for about £2,200, so it's not going to be an expensive one. Be cheap enough. But the interior was detailed when we first got it, so it's still pretty clean inside. But before I get any pictures of it to put it online, I'm going to get a good wash. Before I get a good wash, I'm going to try and have a clean up inside this bay, because this, my valeting, detailing, paint bay, whatever you want to call it, it's an absolute mess at the moment. So we need to get this sorted out first before I can do anything. But I'm going to try and multitask. So the little Skoda Fabia outside, you know that needs a wing, and I want to possibly get that in tomorrow and test fit the new wing on it. So I'm going to show you a little trick. So obviously the car's black at the moment, right? And I've got tape stuck to my feet and everything. The wing we've picked up is a kind of dark grey with silver wheel overspray all over it. Thanks, Charlie. So what I like to do before I put them on the car, right, obviously I like to, you've seen the videos before, I like to test fit every panel if I can, get everything lined up before I even think about painting it. But on this one, I'm going to repair the bumper as well. So I want to blend the black paint off the wing down onto the bumper, so we get a nice match. So what I'll do with this is these inside edges here, the bits you won't be able to paint when it's bolted to the car, I've got acrylic gloss black. So any gloss black will do, because by the time you've painted the outside and the overspray lands on it, nobody ever notices, right? So we'll do it on the inside edges, like all your shut lines, your bonnet gaps, down the inside of your door. Look at the inside of that. Skoda don't even paint the inside of that. But I'll do all of these with the black first. So if I quickly do this now, it'll be dry enough for tomorrow, and then we can get this place cleaned up. Right, we're a little bit cleaned up, and we've got Tom's car in. So this is the problem area here. Somebody's tried to repair all this before, and they've not really done any rust treatment. They've literally just sanded it and painted it black. So we need to take care of this. We also need to take care of underneath it where the speed bump got it. But plans have changed again. Oh, before I forget, we have got a black wing now on the edges anyway. So I'll leave that to dry, and probably tomorrow morning we'll have a wee fettle with the Fabia, maybe once we've got this in a bit of filler primer. So right, anyway, like I said, plans have changed. Let's go. Right, so yesterday I got a phone call off of a subscriber about a Dacia Sandero. I think he said it was his sister's car. She's now got something else, and the Dacia's off the road in the father-in-law's driveway. So he was a subscriber, he phoned us first and said he's interested in it. I said aye, we'll try and arrange to come and have a look. So Stephen's just phoned me, he's just finished work early, so before he heads back home to Dunbar, I'll not see him again for a couple of weeks. So he said, do you want to go out and check out this Dacia now? So that's what we're going to do. guys, it's the 4th and it's pretty late in the day. It's probably about 4:30ish. Last I updated you guys, I was on my way to have a look at this. I told you a subscriber had phoned me. Went to look at a Dacia Sandero, and as you can see, we've bought it. So massive thanks to the subscriber. I can't remember your name off the top of my head, but he gave us a really good deal. Couldn't say no to it. It needs a bit of work. It's no perfect, so let's have a wee look. So as you can see, I've gave it a bit of a clean, put some tyre shine on it, and I've parked it here so we could take some pictures of it, because I'm desperately trying to get all my cars up on the website. And we've also, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet or not, but we've also got our first month free with Car Gurus, so we're going to start advertising on Car Gurus and Piston Heads. It's been looked after. It's been MOT'd and serviced every single year. The MOT history is really good. It's only failed on a few drop links and some tyres before. It's a sort of graphite grey colour. It has been looked after, but it's been through the sort of £10 car wash every single month, I think, because there's a lot of marring on the paint. It's hard to see in this light, but it definitely, let's see if I can catch some of it. See if we can catch some of it with the sun on it. It's hard to see. I can see it in person. Desperately needs a good machine polish. We've got a little scuff here that we're going to have to take care of. Tyres are all brilliant, really good condition. The wheels have got some minor curbing on them, but nothing major. We've also got the usual Dacia bit here, where the rust on both sides. Interior needs a right good clean as well. Other bad bits, the front brakes, absolutely knackered. You press on the brakes and they pull you all sorts of roads, so front brakes are a must. It's also got a bit of a knock, so it's either drop links or anti-roll bar bushes or a ball joint on this passenger side. They did say to us it just had a spring replaced on this side for its MOT, so I'm not sure if it's been fitted right or whatever. Anyway, we're going to have a look at that. So yeah, the little Dacia, 103,000 miles it is, just over 100,000 miles. Haven't even looked at the retail price yet. I just know what we spent on it. We'll get into that when we do the video on it though. So yeah, that one's photographed and ready. I think I showed you, well, I told you about the alloy wheel refurb on the Kia. This is a nice little estate car. I was waiting for a tailgate for this because it was all rotten along here and round about here. This one has got a wee dent there and a bit of a scuff. I'm going to try my paintless dent repair, see if we can get that done, touch it up and make it look a bit prettier, because I don't want to do a lot of paintwork on this car because it's going to be so cheap. Now, again, I've no double checked the retail value yet, but it'll be less than what Auto Trader said it is, a lot less. It's just over 100,000 miles as well. It's going to have new front brakes, new back brakes, full service, and possibly a clutch. I need to do a bit of road testing in it to see. The clutch bite point's very low. I need to see if it's just because it's been sitting a while or if I'm going to have to replace the clutch. So fingers crossed we don't, but it cleaned up alright. We did actually machine polish this before and it did clean up alright. So again, I've took some pictures of it so we can get it on the website. Car Gurus have gave us a month free. I want to make the most of that before I have to start paying £300 a month for it. So desperately trying to get these all done and put on there. But I've just got a whole row here of cars right in front of me that all need paintwork and stuff like that. I've got a whole load of cars here that are ready. Oh, good news is the logbook for the Astra came in today as well, so we can get the Astra in. It's over there. All the panels have been done in that. The video for that has already been out, so you'll have seen that. But yeah, now we need to get on with the MX-5. So before I go home, we've got Tom's MX-5 here. This is the one that's in for the damage caused by the speed bump, but we're also going to repair in here. Now, Somebody's had a go at it before and they've just used black rattle can. Made an absolute mess of it. The rust's coming back through. I did think these were aluminium, but it turns out they're not. I thought it was oxidised, and no, they're actually steel. And this bit's actually hold, so I'm going to have to probably weld a wee section in there. And the rest of it's pretty solid, so we'll shave it down, we'll rust treat it, etch primer, then we'll put filler primer, paint it, and when we're finished, we'll cavity wax all inside, and hopefully we can prevent this happening again. But we're going to do it properly with the proper paint code and proper paint, and just make it look pretty again. So I need to get this off, get this rubbed in, because I want this in filler primer tonight, so it's got plenty of time to dry, so I can flatten it and paint tomorrow. So it's going to be another couple of hours work for me, so hopefully I'll get away from here by hopefully about 8 o'clock tonight. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Right, 5th of September, and we've got Alan and Abby doing a bit of painting. So hopefully they're starting on the shutters, so I can't really do too much today. So I'm going to go and list all the cars on Car Gurus. If you guys need any paint work done, I'll leave details in the description for Alan and Abby. Really nice people, really good at their job, and highly rated by many people. So yeah, if you need a painter, can't go wrong with Alan. Right guys, September seems to be absolutely flying past, but I think the last time you seen me, we just bought the Dacia Sandero, and that was round about the 5th or the 6th of the month. Alan and Abby were painting the building, and I was getting ready to go on holiday. I've actually been on holiday. I'll throw some footage in here if we've still got it, but if not, I had a good time. But yeah, while I've been away, obviously Alan and Abby finished the building, and it looks absolutely amazing. Look at the absolute transformation on this. So as you can see, I've had the gutter replaced as well, so massive thanks to Scott for doing that. I'll leave a link in the description for Scott and Alan. If any of you guys need anything done in the South Lanarkshire area, give them a shout. They're absolutely brilliant. But guttering's all been done, the top's all been painted black, obviously walls are white. I've had the grey done round the doors, and all the shutters have been done anthracite grey. Signs are up now, CCTV's now up as well. So things are starting to progress really nicely, coming up towards the end of the year, but we're also nearly at the end of September as well, so we need to have one last push before the end of the month and see if we can finish this month off strong. And we're going to start that with a wee bit of customer work, because we just need to top up the bank balance after being on holiday. So we're going to jump inside and have a look at a dreaded Corsa D. Right, you're going to have to excuse the mess in the workshop because everything's up in the air at the minute. I had to put the CCTV up, so there's CCTV boxes everywhere, but I think I got it looking pretty neat. It looks alright. So, but there's crap lying everywhere. We're also waiting on a new bin coming so that we can get rid of our trade waste. So That should be here on Friday. So yeah, hopefully by the weekend we'll have this place tidied up. But this is a little Corsa. It belongs to our customer. We've looked after it for a wee while now, and it's in for service, MOT. It's got a wee bit of a blown exhaust at the back. It needs some front discs and pads, and obviously, yeah, MOT. We're going to take it up to Davy at Cross Garage. But before we do that, I need to chuck on the new bit of exhaust because that's a failure. I also need to do the front brakes. Oh, and a suspension arm as well. So let's get stuck into that.
Months warranty and anything that's outside the manufacturer's warranty.
Right.
But there's quite a few, so see if you go on to Autotrader stuff, like looking for instance beneath the lap ball, they do an RAC thing, right? Where you get an RAC warranty, but then you can extend it up to 12 months.
Right.
There's no cost on the post. Quite a lot of them are doing that, Steve, you see the RAC thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know how easy it is to affiliate yourself with that.
I looked into the AA one,
Yeah.
and apparently I've been told of a few people. Chops was one of them. Was it Chops? That the AA thing was just a faff. It's just a.
I think the only advantage you get out of the AA and the RAC is they give you 12 months roadside.
Yeah, I think you pay them something like £200 a month to be an AA member or something.
Well, according to the ones I was looking at last night, they have, so you get a warranty, but you can extend it for up to 12 months, but you get 12 months roadside assistance through RAC.
Right.
So there'll obviously be a cost implication when you're selling
I
the
thought
car
so.
to that. But to extend the warranty, there was no prices, nothing. Very, very grey area.
Yeah.
Very, very grey area.
See, I've seen people advertising 30 days.
Yeah.
I've seen people doing 3 months, and obviously I wanted to do extended warranties anyway.
Yeah.
But like you said, probably offer them up to 12 months.
Yeah, I mean, I would potentially be doing, so if you're doing a 60-day warranty, maybe do a 4 months to take it to 6 months.
Aye.
And do a 10 months to take it to 12 months.
Aye, no, I wouldn't do another like 12 months on top of the 3 months I've gave them.
Oh no, absolutely not. No, definitely not. It doesn't make business sense to do that.
I would if you asked for it. You'd have to pay for it. But
Yeah. But saying how would you price that up?
that's a tricky bit.
You know, that's the thing, because you're 12 months round here down the line, so you'd have to put a mileage restriction on it.
Yeah.
You know, so say for instance you do a 12 month warranty, say 12 months or say 6,000 miles.
Yeah.
Because you don't want somebody giving a 12 months warranty and they're going, he's got 20,000 miles on it.
Yeah, coming back.
And
A
then-
taxi driver
Ah, yeah.
coming back with 30,000
You
on
can
it.
see it all happening, can't you? The advantage you have is the cars that you're selling, you can't really taxi in,
Yeah.
but what you would need to maybe do is have T's and C's of no Uber Eats or delivery,
Yeah.
because you could imagine that you sell one of your, say for instance you sell the i10 at 1995 and then somebody's going to Uber Eat it. And
That's
they're
what
doing-
happened to the silver one.
Yeah, so,
So
you need to have something your T's and C's saying.
rattled round flat out for second, third gear everywhere.
Absolutely, 100%.
Short journeys and
So
stuff.
you need to say something in your T's and C's to the effect of no delivery vehicle, no delivery, doesn't cover if you're delivering goods, whether it be food or parcels,
Yeah.
you know, and I would put a mileage restriction on it.
And would that be alright? Like, I suppose I could phone logistics and confirm all this with them.
I would phone them and tell them and say to them, but I don't think that's an issue because if you're you can't get a warranty for a taxi.
No.
So if I go to buy my, like for instance my car, and I got a 3 months warranty of 3,000 miles,
Yeah.
the they'd known it was a taxi, I wouldn't have been covered for any.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Right guys, it's a beautiful crisp Wednesday morning, and it's actually the first morning I've woke up and we've got frozen windscreens. It's only September, it's a bit early. Not ready for this frozen windscreen stuff yet. But yeah, we need to take this little Corsa for its MOT. Obviously yesterday you seen me do the bottom arm and what else did I do? The exhaust. We've done the bottom arm and the exhaust, so that was the two failures. It still needs a service in the brake discs. I was going to do the discs, but they were the wrong ones, so I need to go back to Master Parts today and swap them. But yeah, the failures are done, so we can get it through an MOT, which is great. The guy you seen me talking to in the video yesterday, that was Gary. Now, I wanted some information on warranties and stuff. I know I've got logistics I can call, I could probably phone James, but Gary was actually probably one of the best car salesmen in Scotland in the past. So he's been a top salesman at Lexus, he's been at Mercedes, he's been all over the place. So he knows his apples, and not only did he give me some advice on warranties, but he properly told me a new one about the way I've got my yard set up. So Gary's actually going to come in next week and give me a hand to rearrange the pitch and get everywhere looking better and really get that first impression counting. So looking forward to that. So we'll probably see Gary in a video next week as well. And yeah, right, windscreen pretty much defrosted. Thank God for heated windscreens. Now we need to nip down to Cross Garage, get an MOT, but on the way we'll grab ourselves a coffee so we can have a coffee while we wait. Let's go. So there we go. The last you seen me there, I was taking the Corsa D for its MOT, and that went through with flying colours. I then brought it back and done all the rest of the service work and everything else on it, and got that out the door. We then got a text message off the customer saying the car was perfect and it's never ran so good, it felt like a brand new car. So really good feedback there. Unfortunately, I've seemed to have misplaced a lot of footage. I got a new camera, I got a new GoPro to play with, and I think I've deleted it off an SD card by accident because I was trying to use that through October. And yeah, so obviously you've seen that we've had the place done up. We're trying our best to turn into a fully fledged functioning car dealership. We're now warranty-wise approved, so every single car gets a warranty-wise warranty now. They all get 12 months MOT. And we're growing our stock and we're getting bigger and better, and the front's looking really nice. In the next video, you're going to see me and Gary finishing that off and a few other wee bits and pieces. But the building looks so much better now, and it's all fixed. I've no water leaks above the doors anymore. Thanks again to Scott for doing that. And massive thank you to Aldo and Abby for painting the whole front here. The place looks amazing. They've done a really good job. I couldn't be happier. And I wasn't even expecting them to paint the shutters, but the shutters all got done in anthracite grey, and it just looks much more professional. It's much better looking. We've also got another wee storage facility where we're throwing some cars out the way, some of the prep stuff. So obviously there was a couple of the accident damaged cars that we'd bought for the salvage market that didn't look as good in amongst the sales cars. So they're kept up at the farm. We'll bring them down as we need them. And yeah, so towards the end of September we sold the Kia Ceed. That went out to a customer and he's super happy with that. In October we actually sold the little Dacia as well that you seen me pick up. That went out the door. So he's super happy with that. We got a 5-star Google review for that car as well. So it's really good. I've got another couple in stock up at the house. I've got one that is an absolute rescue mission, but it will turn out to be quite a nice car, so you need to stay tuned for that one. And we've got one more sort of historical video which you're going to see next, and that involves me and Gary sorting out everything else, and then that is us completely up to date. You won't have missed out on anything else, and we've only got new fresh videos coming for there, so we've got some belters coming up. You guys really need to stay tuned for them. I've got another car outside. I can see on the CCTV cameras now. It is an absolute beauty, and the story behind it is unreal. That's going to be a really good video on that one. So yeah, I'm not going to hang about waffling on too long because I've got loads of work in there today. I'm in the middle of filming a video about a warranty job that's turned into an absolute nightmare for a £6 part. But you'll also see that coming shortly as well. But listen, hopefully we guys are all caught up to date. Thanks again for all your comments on the Astra video. All you guys were happy to see us back, and I really appreciate the support. It's absolutely fantastic getting you guys in the comments, having a chat with you. And yeah, looking forward to making more content and speaking to you guys later. So take it easy, and we'll see you in the next video.